Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. In this one I'll be showing you how to create this really cool sort of Paris inspired poster. But if you guys want to do your own landmark, then feel free. I think that these would look sick if you did like 3 and all different colours of different landmarks that you've been to. But it's not too tricky, so we're starting out with just adding in our rulers so we know the middle point, as that is quite key on this design. We're then making a new layer as we change our background colour, which you'll be able to see on screen now to what I'm changing it to. It should be like this off sort of minty green colour, is the best way that I can probably describe it. As we then go over to our rectangular tool, and we're aiming for sort of 2001, 14, 18 area. And it should be, in general, this sort of sized box that you can see me doing here. Doesn't have to be exact, just try and get it as close as possible. And we're then going to change the colour of this rectangle to this sort of minty green offset sort of grey blue colour. Then we're moving it just above the central point. Somewhere about there. We'll probably end up moving it afterwards, so it doesn't matter too much. We're then getting our text tool and we are typing Paris using the Anton font and in this blue colour here. So you want to just type Paris or wherever the landmark is, such as London or wherever. We're then expanding this so it exactly matches the width of that rectangle, and we're just putting it up a little bit above. About there is fine for now, as that will then become the area of where we add our Eiffel Tower and we add the second Eiffel Tower. So we're starting off with this first image here. We're then clipping masking it to the text. Now I'm positioning the Eiffel Tower within that sort of eye, as I just think it looks a bit better. But feel free to play around with whatever you guys, whatever images that you guys are using until you're happy. We're then going to add a black and white layer over the top, and we're just going to heavily alter the image here. So there's a lot more... so there's less red in it, and it becomes this really sort of dark colour, which works really well when we're putting our gradient overlay towards the end. Now obviously this will vary with every picture that is used, because all pictures, if you're using for example a nighttime landscape, the black and white will vary. So every single image has a strict sort of black and white, but just go until you're happy with it. We're then just finishing off with just a little bit of text. As you can see here, we're basically putting the name of the country that our landmark is in. And because this is the first one that I'm doing, I'm also going to put a 01 as well. Just like that. Move that over to the other side. You should be able to just match those up quite nicely with the corners of your design. So the next thing that we're going to do is, once we're at this point here, we're then just making sure that all of our colours are correct. So the blue there, and then obviously it should be the same as the blue that you originally made the Paris before you added the overlay. We're now adding some rectangles in that sort of blue colour. It should match the same colour as your France and also your 01. Now you don't have to put these lines in, but I just think that they make it a lot more, I guess you can say, compact. Makes that Paris sort of stand out, makes the text really stand out, and I just think it adds to the overall effect in the end. So we're now copying that, placing one at the bottom just underneath that rectangle, and then we're copying it again and we're placing one just above. So you should have 3, one above your text, one below it, and then one right under that rectangle at the bottom. We're then dragging our text. Now obviously I've just ChatGPT'd this. If you guys want to add your own sort of text, of say you go on a trip, and you've got some text that you wanted to add in, or you wanted to add sort of like a stamp of when you visited that specific country, then that is where you would probably put that in this image. But just make sure that the border around the sides is as close to being the same size as you can. And now the image here is of course the Eiffel Tower, but the angle is very important in this image. It's a fantastic angle for this design. It really makes it stand out. We're basically just subject selecting here and removing the background. But if you guys are looking for an image like this, just search high res and then the name of the landmark that you're looking at, and just try and look for the most interesting angle you can find where it sort of fits within that circle the best you can. You then want to select, you want to create a clipping mask on that layer, and then you want to select your rectangle, go back to your clipping mask, select your brush tool, and then just go round the outside when you select inverse, and you should just be able to get rid of that. We're then making our landmark to darken, and we're adding a color overlay. If you guys have any questions on this or you're getting confused, please just leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to pick it up. But if you guys pause the video and replay it, you should be able to figure out what we're doing here. So we're then putting that on difference, and we are creating a second version of that landmark, and we're putting that on darken as well, just like that. And we are adding a threshold to this, just like this, and that will just bring out all the lines in the design. As you can see here, all the sort of big bold parts of the image are more drawn out and it looks a lot better. We're then making a layer behind our original landmark image, so that would be the first layer that the brownish color is connected to, and we're just going around really jaggedly around the outside, a little bit bigger, as you can see me doing here, and that is then going to be turned into the same color as our background. Now you don't want to do all the little parts of this image, you're just going around the main structure and any massive gaps you see really loosely, as you're then going to make it the same color as the background, which you should just be able to color select and then basically use your brush tool to color in all of those lines, and you should be left with something that looks a little bit like this. So as you can see, that's really sort of popping out now, and it looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot nicer, and overall will improve the design by an absolute mile, because it means that the tops of your image are not getting stuck and sort of mixed in with the rest of your design. We're then making this little sort of flag design. Now you're just making starting off with a rectangle with a blue color. You then want a triangle, just copy that in like that, flip it upside down in that same sort of blue color, and then just match your corners with the corner of your rectangle, which you should just be able to hold shift on your keypad and just on your keyboard, and just drag that in and just shift it to a point where you're happy with the size and the position of it. And now I've put in here a little sort of, I guess you could like vectorized version of France. Now obviously it won't be France for every single design, because you guys will obviously, for London that'll be the UK, and for other landmarks that'll just be the main country. We're then adding the gradient overlay. Now there's no real reason why you guys can't do your own colorways with this, but I just go with this cyan to sort of off-white color, as I think it makes it look a little bit older, I guess you could say. But you guys can have a play around, and there's really no way to go wrong when you're doing the colour for this, because it works with basically any colourway. Every single colourway you get a cool result. And we're then adding some overlays that you can see here that are sort of, I guess you could say, textured to a point where they make the design look old and they make it look more like a poster. And if you were to go and print this out, it would look, I guess you could say, more grungy and cool. So we're then putting that on saturation and decreasing the opacity down there. And then with our second one, we're going to color burn, and we are decreasing our opacity down just like that. And then that is basically the finished product, guys. It's not too difficult, this one. It's a nice sort of simple design that for a lot of different sort of upcoming designers, if you're an upcoming designer, then it's a great mini project, I guess you could say, to use in your work, to see, and also for family vacations as well and things like that. If you go to a really memorable spot, then it's always nice to have sort of a nice little poster that you can then print out, put on your wall. And as I said at the start of the video, if you have 3 of these in like a line, all different colours, all different landmarks, you then start to create something that looks really, really, really cool. So if you guys just, by the way, it's super easy to alter as well. You literally just go into that gradient and you can just go through the unlimited sort of colour palette and the unlimited different blend modes until you find a design where you're happy with it. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see everyone in the next video. And make sure to go over to the post section of the channel to see if there's any new designs there, because that is where I post the designs as and when I am going to do them. So make sure to go over there and stay tuned. If you guys are looking for some cool artwork that you'll be able to see on screen, a couple of examples, then feel free to go over to my Etsy, link in the description, and go find yourself a cool poster design for your wall, as there's always new stuff going up there. I've got new stuff planned, so make sure you stay tuned. I'll see everyone in the next one.